Hey, welcome back to another episode of How We Make It at Hoffman Leatherworks. Today we're going to be making a cell phone, pancake style cell phone holder, probably one of our most popular items. Just like everything we do, we start with a pattern. I keep them all on the computer and print them out on paper. So we'll go ahead and cut that out. This is for either side. This pattern can be used on left or right. So I grab some 5 to 6 ounce leather and we'll go ahead and tape the pattern down to the leather. I just use regular Scotch tape. It seems to work the best and it's fairly inexpensive. Get this all trimmed up, looking good. Be ready to start punching the holes. So now we go ahead and punch all the holes that are on the pattern. I use about a 1 millimeter punch for this layout. It seems to work the best for me. So we'll go ahead and just punch all the holes. I just use a single punch instead of a punch with multiples on it. Seems to work better for me. Maybe it's a little slower, but I don't think it's that much slower. While we're punching the stitching holes on this, we'll go ahead and also punch the holes for the belt loop. As a standard, I use 1.5 inches on pretty much everything I make. But I do know a good tip is it's a lot easier to just, there's two halves at this point of the thing. And if you can notice right there, I only punched one side of it. So go ahead and cut it all out. And then once we glue it together, I punched the second side to make sure those holes line up exactly. But we'll go ahead and just get this all cut out right now. Most of this stuff I just do freehand. You know, if you're not comfortable with it, use a straight edge. You know, a lot of times that's a little better, but I find once you do a couple hundred of these, it's pretty easy to just out freehand. Plus, we end up cleaning up the edges at the end anyway. So if you are off a little bit, you have a good opportunity to fix it and clean it up. So at this point, we got everything cut out and punched. I actually dye my pieces at this point with this. Most of the time, as you see, I use an airbrush to get a little bit more consistency and a little bit nicer finish. I just set it up with a shop vac hose punched through the bottom of a little tub. Turn the shop vac on and it sucks the fumes out very nicely. The filter in the shop vac, so keeps my relatively small shop pretty fume free. If I think about it, even with the shop vac and the exhausting those fumes, I'll still wear a mask. Now that we got that all taken care of, we'll go ahead and glue up the two pieces. And I put glue on for both sides. Glue it all at once. Let's put a coat on both pieces and let it dry for about 5 minutes till it's not tacky really to your fingers, and that'll work. So you can still notice that I still have only punched one side for the belt, the 1.5 inches. The other side's still solid, so go ahead and glue this up. And then once it's glued, I'll finish punching both sides. There we go. Just gonna give it a few minutes to dry. All right, now that we got it dried, I have a bunch of small awls, if you notice. I like to use those to line up the holes when I'm gluing two pieces together. Just something I've got used to over the years, and it seems to work really well. Get as many of those holes lined up as possible. We're doing this all by hand, and there's always going to be a slight variance, but I found using the awls to help me align everything really helps out. Helps keep everything nice and aligned, nice and tight. We'll go ahead and let this dry for a few minutes. I don't let it dry overnight or anything. I've heard people say that you have to. I've never had an issue. I tap it with a hammer and move on to the next step. Then at this point, as you see, we're taking care of the edges. Just kind of bevel those edges a little bit. Then I'll move on and hit it with a Dremel to really smooth those edges out. Get get all the edges matching and looking good and all smoothed out. So now that we got that done, we'll go ahead and stitch it up. Just using the standard 1mm wax thread, 2 needles, and just get it all stitched up. All right, as you see here, we're just going to be finishing up the stitching. We'll go ahead and melt those thread ends, and there it is. We move on now to the wet forming. I always make I have a bunch of templates made out of wood for cell phone sizes. So all these are pretty much custom, but I have a whole bunch of those wooden blanks you see right there on the left. But we'll go ahead and let this soak for a little while. I don't think you have to go too crazy on it. I just let it soak for a minute or two, and sometimes I put it in the plastic bag and let it steep for another few minutes, but not always. If I got the time, I'll do that. I don't know that it helps. I really don't think it helps at all, but I still do it. And we'll go ahead and pull that out of the bag, keep it nice and moist, and Go ahead and grab the blank and slide it in. Do all the molding like you normally would. All the different tools and things you can use, and I do that. Once I get that done, I'll finish the edges, get everything looking presentable, and away we go. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.